Good morning. It is such a beautiful day today, so I decided to do the Sunday school lesson from outside. And what the lesson is going to be on today is why are you going through all of the problems you're going through now? And there is a reason. I have in my hand a piece of pressure treated lumber. And here's what's interesting about something that is pressure treated. When a piece of lumber is pressure treated, it goes through a chemical process where they actually take all of the the elements that they actually take in the chemicals, and they take it and they soak it and make sure it's soaked in the wood. And in order for that process to take place, the wood must go through a pressure chamber. And during that pressure chamber, all of the moisture is pretty much sucked out of the wood and the chemicals are placed in the wood. And only then, when that process is finished, the wood is pressurized. It's the same thing coming down to us, what God is trying to do to us. When James was writing in James chapter 1, he was writing to all of the tribes. And his salutation began as this. He said, "To all the tribes scattered abroad, greetings." He said, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trial, with the knowledge that the trying of your faith produces perseverance. But let perseverance have its perfect work, so that you may be perfect and entire, lacking nothing." Now, this is what this all means. Whenever you are going through a trial, which, if you are God's children, all of us must go through a trial. What God is doing, He is doing the same thing as He's doing to this wood. He's saying, right now, you are not a finished product, you are a raw product. Just as the tree is not a finished product, the tree is a raw product. But this is something that comes from a tree, because everything that God makes, God says, if I make it, it can be glorified. Now, glorified means to take something that is good or perfect and even make it better. So the tree that you have is already perfect because the tree is the tree. But in order for this item that you have that's built on your house for your foundation, if you have a privacy fence, this is up, this is pressure treated. So the same thing what God is doing to you is the same process that's going through this wood. And here's why. Because like this wood, you have no idea what finished product you are. But in order for you to really see what that finished product is, you have to go through the pressure. God is going to actually take those chemicals, the same thing through this wood, and He's going to get out all the impurities that you bring in with sin and all of the works of the flesh. They need to be removed out of your system. Where if you have hate, if you have envy, if you have jealousy, if you have fornication, all of those things that are bad, God is going to remove those to actually pressurize you so you can actually become a finished product. So rest assured, be encouraged that when you're going through trials, be joyful. And I know that when you're going through trial, it is not joyful. But you have to just keep the hope up that's saying, God is not finished with me, and God is making a finished product. So just like this wood, the tree, this wood, when it's going through the process, and all the chemicals will be putting in it, and all the pressure is coming on this wood, I'm pretty sure this wood is probably saying too, why is this happening to me? But at the end of the day, the wood can't see that, hey, this is a finished product. And here's the thing that's very interesting about something that is pressurized, and the same thing why God is pressurizing us. When this wood is pressurized, it is able to withstand pretty much anything. Termites can't eat it, bugs most of the times can't get into it. And that's what God is trying to do to us. But he's saying, I'm trying to fortify you, and I need to fortify you, and you need to be pressurized because something that I have for you coming up in the future, I've got to have you pressurized so you can be able to withstand it. Just like this pressurized board is with able to stand all the elements, God is doing the same thing so you can be able to withstand all the elements. So be happy, be encouraged. When you're going through trials, spend a lot of time asking God, say, God, what are you pressurizing me for? And that will help you get through the trial instead of looking at the pressure. Don't focus on the pressure or don't focus on the process. Focus on the finished product. Thank you and have a wonderful day.